on the golf. Anyway, let's move on to the racing action. The Lockinge, the first all-age Group 1 of the year. Shane, give us a few prices there.
Yep, 340 start for the feature race over the weekend. Rhododendron 3-1, Lamato will be about 9-2, Adea 11-2, massive improver this season. 8-1 Beat the Bank, 10-1 Zabil Prince, 12's Lancaster Bomber, 12 Sudi Austin, we got 16's Bar.
Doogie, you've had a look at this race.
I make it a Lockinge. Tough race, 16 runners makes it tough anyway, but there are more questions than answers. Rhododendron probably wants further. Lamato probably doesn't want as far. Adabe, in fairness, is Goldilocks, a mile is his trip. But the ground is a concern for Adabe being pivotal. However, the dam side will give you a lot of encouragement on the ground front. And this horse has just been so impressive in this year. I mean, wildly impressive in the Lincoln. And then you think, well, it's handicap form. Will it translate to group company? And it was a reasonable race in Sandown. And I mean, he just destroyed them, one pulling up. I'd definitely take a chance at that price that if he handles the ground.
He's won on good as well before, hasn't he?
He has
in the early stage of his career.
In Ascot, yeah. It'll probably be a little bit quicker in Newbury, but very good turf in Newbury. I think he's worth taking a chance at on the ground.
Yeah, absolutely. I thought his price looked fat enough now when his price up during the week. Johnny, your thoughts?
If it were good to soft, he'd be 7-2, maybe something like that. Willie Haggis himself has admitted strong concerns about it. He said it's hard to know at home. He doesn't really do an awful lot at home. I think he said he trudges around the place, something like that. It was a nice way of putting it. Yeah, he's a really likeable, progressive horse, but I would have to be worried about the ground. Having said that, I don't think, exactly what Yuki said there, I don't think Lamato is going to get this trip.
Well, they have to find another excuse for him. They have a different excuse for him every time.
But if he does, a bit like Roaring Lion, we all look like idiots because he's the class act in the race. Yeah. And how was Roaring Lion sent off the price he was, blah, 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 blah. Rhododendron, couldn't see her beaten in the Oaks in general, ran into an Able. Maybe she does actually stay the 1.5 miles, she just ran into an Able. Probably wants 1.2 miles anyway.
Yeah.
So it's tough. Lancaster Bomber isn't out of it at all. I'm with Breeze here now. Breeze by Mount Nelson, out of a horse who gets quite a lot of stand on the dam side. Mount Nelson gets every type. This horse, the best form this horse has is over shorter, but he's won over further. He's fresh from Maidan, where he ran Midland over 6 furlongs, but his form isn't too bad in the context of the race. And if he can just get a good toe into it, I think he's a bit of a chance. Very, very tough race.
What price is he?
The Breeze 16s.
Yeah, the Breeze, he was very progressive last year, wasn't he?
Absolutely.